Hello everyone, and welcome to my sketchbook tour for 2020, the first sketchbook tour that I am doing. As you can see, I bought and started this back in the fall of 2019. I got it at the Milwaukee Art Museum for my birthday, and I am just now finishing it up. For these first couple of pages, I just put in a bunch of photos. I also did a bunch of Copic swatches. You'll see there's a bear at the top. That's because I was doing the play The Curious Savage at that time. And here's my big section on all of my capstone material. I'm going to be putting in a bunch of other pictures in here as well, so that's why there are a couple of blank spaces. But I did a lot of digital work and also on paper work. Here are just some costume designs that I did for my play Tuck Everlasting. And there's not all of the characters in here because some of the characters were done digitally, but overall I was really pleased with the outcome. Maybe I'll put in some pictures of the comparison of what the sketches looked like versus what they came out in real life. But for most of them, they were pretty accurate as I was looking back on these sketches, so that was fun. Winnie was definitely my favorite sketch to do. I really liked her colors, and even though it didn't turn out that way in the end, it still looked pretty cool. Here is my experiment with washi tape for one of the first times. I bought washi tape about a week ago. As you can see, it's not really that well cut because I wasn't really sure what I was doing. But there are a bunch of little dog sketches, and I didn't want them just kind of floating in the sketchbook, so I decided to play around with the washi tape. Yeah, it's not really well cut, but you know what? I did my best. I like the dog sketches. They're really cute. So yeah. A sketch I did of my roommate and my husband with a chicken on his head. This is a doodle I did of one of my friend's dogs. His name is Spud, and then I decorated that with washi tape as well. I kind of hop around in this sketchbook, so this is actually one of the first drawings I did when quarantine hit. And I started out with watercolor, but it didn't really work that well. Some paint pen cats. More washi tape art, a little sketch. More sketches of animals. There's a lot of animals in this book, but yeah. Don't mind my camera work. I'm just trying to focus correctly on these images so you can see the most out of them. More random sketches, some character design, a cute little deer, and a really distressed girl. So that's nice. These are paintings that I did for my series of Les Mis. I still have some of them that I'm working on, but I wanted to put the finished ones in here. So we have Fantine and we have Cosette. And I did those with gouache, actually. Here is another full page spread that I did during quarantine. I really liked it. I just did this one with Copics and it worked out really well. There was a little bit of bleed through, but I kind of expected that. But the marker went on the paper really well and I was really impressed. Oh, yeah. Here's my little ghost frog, too. So that's cute, and that's cool. Some more character design sketches. These ones are of Pride and Prejudice, once I learned how to talk. There is Marius from my Les Mis series, some gray animals with a little bit of color in the background. I really liked how that page turned out. It was cute. More character designs. Again, with some more washi tape. Some of the pages were just really blank and I wanted to make them pop. I also had a lot of cards sitting around that were really important to me, and little notes, and I decided to put those in the sketchbook too, instead of having them just kind of float around. I did a sketch of a dog with, again, a colored background, and I also worked more with washi tape, as you can see. I'm trying to focus here so you can kind of see the details of the tape. A little better cutting, there we go, little better cutting, little better composition, but I liked how it turned out. I really liked that washi tape portion. Another full page spread. I kind of let it just stop, but I thought it looked cool. A paint pen drawing of a cute little mouse. He's watering his sprout. Very cute. I think that was the first thing I did with my paint pens. a 1920s girl who doesn't know how to dance. Flapper, that's what they're called. I never finished this because the watercolor was not working on these pages, which, surprise, surprise, it's because they're not watercolor paper. So I'll come back to it later. A bird when I was into whittling at the beginning of quarantine. I decided to do all sorts of artistic things, and they didn't really turn out, but I tried. I love these pages. I really like the bunny with the lemons in the back. One of my favorite pages to do. Bleed through, really exciting. A bunch of reptiles that I drew, and then my boyfriend, fiance, he wasn't my fiance at the time, colored them in. Now he's my husband, but yeah, some cute little reptiles. And this was me planning my wedding in September. There is a lot of sketches. Again, I'm going to be putting in some photographs here, but they haven't come in. But I really wanted to do the sketchbook tour. So that was designs for our cake topper, which I ended up doing something completely different. But I did a painting of our guest book. Here's some concept designs of stuff we were going to do. We actually had it outside because of rules and mask rules. So yeah, that was kind of what I did. So concept art for an album that I never finished for a friend. Some more marker watercolor. Here is Javert and Jean Valjean of my Les Mis series. I really liked how these turned out. I don't really like the background in Jean Valjean, but Javert looks really good. I also did a lot of blackout poetry in a book. You can kind of see, yep, there we go. I did some blackout poetry that I used for a couple of different things. Just kind of playing around with the words in a book that I didn't like at all. But it was an old book, so that doesn't mean, you can't rip it up, but it was a bad book. It really was. These are all of my Inktober drawings. All 5 of them. I didn't finish Inktober. I got too busy. But I really liked the ones that I finished. I did this little woodland theme. Whoops, skipped a page. I did this little woodland themed with some animals. That one with the library and the bat. That one is my first one. And the little toad. I did a badger sipping tea. He's reading. And another blackout poetry thing. I really liked how this one turned out. I did it on gray toned paper, and it was just one of my pens and a white gel pen, and I really enjoyed doing that. I thought it turned out super well. Again, a lot of this is full of blackout poetry because I was trying to take up space in the book. Okay, this is my washi tape spread. This one is my favorite. It's Mary Lennox from The Secret Garden. As you can see, I did her little carpet bag, and I did a botanical background behind her of all the tape that I had that was different flower prints, different leaf prints. I also did a little deer. I really liked that one. I did a bunch of books and a little coffee cup. I really have enjoyed doing washi tape. It is very different to work with, but it really makes a page pop. A bunch of watercolor birds that I did, and I cut out and put in the sketchbook. A lot of the drawings that are in here are not directly on the page, but they're all stuff that I did within the last year, so I felt fine putting them in here. Just a lot of the materials I work with didn't really work with the paper of this sketchbook, so there was just a lot of free-floating paper that I had that I cut out and I put in the sketchbook by gluing or with washi tape just to make it stick and create some nice spreads. Some more puppies. This was the first time I ever worked with Copic markers. These were just free drawings that were floating around, but I really wanted to keep, so I put them in the sketchbook. Some paintings I did. I was working with gouache. I still am not really sure how to work with gouache. Whoa. Let's hold on. I'm trying to, there we go. We're fixing the camera work. Yeah, I don't really know how to totally work with gouache yet. There's a crazy looking tree, but I'm trying. More character designs. More mediocre character designs. I need to get better at drawing people. This is a nice, I liked this page of doing the washi tape in the background with the ruby float milkshake thing. So that was cool. More just random drawings that I did, and I cut out and put in here. It's my husband and I. That was more concept art for our canvas guest book. More little drawings. And then this is actually a canvas that I cut out, and I had painted this not too long ago, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the canvas, so I just cut it out and I glued it in here because I really liked the painting, but I didn't really have anywhere to put it, so I put it in here. More random drawings on Tantone paper, or gray tone paper, not Tantone. I really like working with Tantone and gray tone paper. It just makes all the colors pop more, even if you're only working in black and white. Random doodles so I can fill up space. I really like these drawings too. There's Winston. He's my in-laws' dog. And then this is a watercolor. I didn't do this year, but this is a watercolor that I did a couple of years ago as a present. I really like these pages too. They're not like super artistic, but they look cool. More pages from a book, and I did a little painting of a teacup and a little poem about tea. Very cute, very artsy. Again, another spread. That was of Devil's Lake. I did a sketch there. That was kind of cool. Some blackout poetry based on books, so I put the book washi tape around it. Again, I really like the washi tape, how it makes everything look. More little doodles. And yeah, more cards that were super important to me. They were just kind of sitting in boxes, so I decided to put them in my sketchbook. I have ones from my mom, I have ones from my friends, from my sister-in-law, and it just always makes me happy to look through them. Oh, that's stuck. Well, yep, there we go. It just makes me happy to look through them and look back on those memories. And at the very end, we have a flower from when I went to a lake in New York this summer. It's a lily. Very pretty. And yeah, that is the end of my sketchbook. Thank you so much for watching and just looking at all of the art that I've gotten to create this year. It was great that we had a quarantine so I could do all this stuff. I mean, look how thick that is. Like, look at how much stuff is in that book. That just makes me so happy. I will have to cut off the edges because they are really uneven. But yeah, I'm super happy with this. This is one of my best sketchbooks that I've done, and I can't wait to do more of these. Thanks for joining me, guys. And I will see you next time.